And we're recording.
Hi there, I'm Lisa Loring, and I'm here to record another video for my yoga channel here on YouTube. I hope if you've been doing the practices, they've been working out for you. Feel free to reach out to me. The email that I provide in the description is the best way to reach me, and I'll get back to you with any questions or concerns that you have. Today's practice is going to be more of a flowy, which I think we kind of know. I don't know. I've been kind of doing a yin-yang practice lately, but today's practice, in honor of the upcoming full moon in Libra that we have this coming up week, and if you watch this further in time, you'll just have to go back and look at a calendar. But we do have a full moon coming up, and kind of a message I got yesterday in just my own like behavior and whatever was just I felt very much the need to just go with the flow and really allow things to kind of move out in order for new things to move in. And while that can be an exciting energy, it can also, add to the, I think, overall general uncertainty that a lot of people are experiencing. But if we can work that out in our bodies, it's awesome. If we can find a way to do that, and that's a practical way of sort of like moving and flowing with that energy. So today's practice, and it's one I've been kind of like playing around with for the past week, will be more of a flowish kind of practice. So the props that you'll need today are going to be a couple of blocks. I have a cork one and a foam one and then another foam one over here. I usually like to put all my props around me. I also have a rolled up mat. This is an old yoga mat that I folded up into thirds lengthwise and then just rolled it up. If you want instructions on that, I think there's a video I'll try to link up to that so you can see how to make that kind of a prop if you have an old yoga mat that you'd like to just permanently do that with. And then of course I have a blanket to sit on. Another prop I'd like you to maybe have today is some kind of a ball of some sort. You can get like a racket, depending on, let me just correct myself. Depending on your sensitivity, you may want not this little hard golf ball. This is probably the most extreme, but something a little softer or maybe even bigger, like a racquetball or a cross ball or a tennis ball. A lot of people use tennis balls. So we're going to actually start today's practice in a standing position. We're going to do 3 stages of wrist stretches to start. So bring yourself into a standing position. And you can place the ball underneath your right foot. I'll do my best to mirror image. It's been a while since I've done videos, a lot of years. So coming back to it, I'm a little clunky. So, there it is. I'm getting used to it, so bear with me. But yeah, go ahead and put the ball underneath, and one of them is to remember to mirror image and cue properly in that way. So go ahead and place the ball underneath the right foot, and we're going to start with stage 1 wrist stretches. Extend out through the left hand, and as you roll the ball out, or roll the foot out with the ball, just grab onto the pinky finger of the left hand and take a deep breath in. And then exhale, gently pull back on the pinky finger so you can extend the fingers, all 5 of them, toward the floor, widening between each finger. Grab onto the index finger, the ring finger, and take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, pull back on the ring finger, and you kind of notice I haven't stopped rolling my foot out, but I've stopped a little at a little place I'd like to kind of work and push my foot down a little more firmly without pain now. Inhale, grab onto the middle finger, and then exhale, pull back. And then inhale, grab hold of the index finger. Remember to spread all of your fingers wide. No clumping. Pull back as you exhale. Again, widening through the palm, widening through fingers. And then take another breath in and grab a hold of the thumb. So you'll kind of pull your hand under the palm to grab that thumb, and then exhale, pull gently back on the thumb. Once more, spread all the fingers wide so the pinky finger is reaching away. And then let that go. Switch hands, switch feet. Whatever you started with. Woo. All right, inhale, grab a hold of your right pinky finger. And then exhale, pull back. And then grab a hold of the left ring finger, excuse me. Exhale, pull back on the ring finger. Following the same instructions I gave earlier, continue to widen through the fingers, spread the palm, point the fingers to the floor. As you breathe in, grab middle finger. And exhale, pull back. And then grab a hold of the index finger. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull back. Take a hold of the thumb right at the base of the thumb. And it's the base of all the fingers. I don't think I said that, but that's the deal. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull back. And then let that go. You can move your ball out to the side and then come into a squatting position if you can. If a squatting position isn't okay for you, you can come to the edge of a table or just sit down in a cross-legged position. That is comfortable for you. For those of us who can squat though, go ahead and come down in the squat position with the fingertips on the floor. You see my palms are lifted, thumbs reaching out to the sides. Draw the shoulder heads back and take a deep breath in. Exhale, push the fingertips down and spread the thumbs, extend the thumbs a little wider. And then take another deep breath in. Exhale, lower the palms to the floor. They might not reach, that's fine. And it's almost better if they didn't. Press the fingertips more than you are trying to get the palms down. And then take another deep breath in. Spread from the pelvis, the waist. Breathe all the way and widen the collarbones. Exhale, push the fingers to the floor. And then let that go. Now come into a sitting position and come into a straddle position with the legs wide if you can. If you cannot, come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. All right, and extend the arms out to the sides. Take a deep breath in. This is stage 3 wrist stretches. Exhale, pull in the pinky finger, the ring, middle, index finger. Wrap the thumb outside and roll the knuckles to the floor. And then inhale, turn the palms forward. Exhale, pull in the thumb, the index, the middle, the ring, the pinky, and then pull on the thumbs so the knuckles are tipping out to the sides. Keep the feet active. You see my toes are reaching up, my heels are pushing down. Take another breath in and extend the palms out to the sides, palms up. Exhale, pull in the pinky, the ring, the middle, the index finger, wrap the thumb and roll the knuckles to the floor. And then turn the palms forward, thumbs are pointing up, fingers out, breathe in. Exhale, pull in the thumb, the index, the middle, the ring, the pinky, and then pull on the thumbs as you tip the knuckles out and down. Keep the feet active, push the backs of the thighs down, heels down. And then let that go. Inhale, reach up through the arms and interlace the fingers and flip the palms up. And then as you exhale, let's just flow back and forth. Lower the hand down to the left, reach up with the right arm. And then inhale, come back to center. Keep pushing down through the legs to stabilize in the hips. And exhale, now lower the right hand down, left arm reaches up. Keep the neck relaxed. Inhale, reach up, flip the palms up. And then exhale, lower the hand down once more, over to the left side. Reach out through right leg. Inhale. Keep reaching through both legs. Reach both arms up, flip palms up. And then exhale, lower the right hand down. Reach the left arm up. Inhale, reach both arms up. We're just going to go back and forth for a couple more times. Reaching and coming into the side bend on the exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower right hand down, reach left arm up. Inhale, reach up. One more time, over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Flip palms up. exhale, lower the hand to the right, reach left arm up. And then once more, inhale, come back up to center. Reach arms up. Let me get my class notes a little closer to me. Let's go into neck release. So go ahead and lower over to the left side, left palm down, and reach right arm out to the side. Notice I want to kind of collapse to that right side. Instead, I'm going to push down through my hips so I don't just kind of flop that way. And if that's happening for you, that's a good place to place the breath in the left side of the waist in this case. Let the neck relax, let the jaw relax. And feel for getting more expansive with the breath. To come out of the pose, inhale, keep reaching with the right arm. Use the right hand to pick up the head. Once more, spread the arms wide as you inhale, flip palms up. And exhale, let's come over to the other side. Lower the right hand down and reach the left arm out to the side. Let your neck relax over to the left side, or the right side, excuse me. And just feel for if you're kind of dumping your weight, kind of leaning, just kind of collapsing into the flexibility toward the right. Feel the breath into the waist. Feel the breath move the upper back, the upper chest. Feel it wash out of those areas as you exhale. And then take another breath in. Keep the legs active. That'll also help you from collapsing from one side to the other. And then to come out of the pose, keep reaching through the left arm. Use the right hand to pick up the head. And then inhale, reach up through the arms again. And then exhale, reach the arms out to the side. Now, if you're not already in Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet together and bring the hands in front of you. If you skip wrist stretches and you want to do stage 2 now, come into that position with your hands. Otherwise, it's palms down. Maybe your hands are inside the thighs. Take a deep breath in. We're going to add Uddiyana. So really go past what you think is your normal full point and hold the breath. But hold it with ease. Hold it in a soft container in the body. If you feel gripping, soften that effort and push your feet together instead. Exhale through the mouth with a keep the breath out. Relax belly muscles and then pull them back to spine. Keep the breath out, keep pulling the belly back, push the feet together. Shoulders are soft. Relax belly muscles forward and then inhale to sit up. Extend out to the right leg, coming into a Savasana, bringing the sole of left foot to right inner thigh. Turn the ribs towards the thigh and then take maybe blocks, maybe on their high sides if you want this to fold over a little bit, or fold further, or no blocks at all. Staying expansive, wide, generous with the breath in. No forcing on the breath out. Just let that breath move through the body. Staying active in the legs, the kind of flexing and engaging the calf muscles here. It'll help the feet stay active. And take one more breath. And this time as you exhale, walk the hands around and frame the front knee and fold a little bit over the front shin. Again, you can use blocks. Move your blocks and come into that position here. Keep pushing the hips behind you. If you're wanting to lift that bum up off the floor, don't do that. Push it back. Activate your legs instead and allow the spine to unfold at its own rate rather than forcing the torso forward. Because honestly, if you just breathe into those places in the back that you're wanting to stretch, the stretch will happen in a very lovely way on its own. And we're going to come into a nice little knee side plank. So inhale to sit up, extend the right arm up, place the left hand down, and then come up onto the shin if you like here. If that's not going to work for you, just extend the arm up without the lift of the hips. For those of us who are going for this, so go ahead and push down through the left shin and reach with the right leg, more than you're doing stuff with the arms. Use the legs more. And then release. Gently lower the hips down. The rest of you will come along. All right, so come back into Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. Take a deep breath in. And then fold again over. By pushing the hips back, you'll actually find the spine elongates on its own. When you anchor both sit bones into them. I'm sitting up on a blanket. I hope you are too. I didn't say that, but do it if you can right now. You can pause the video. And then come back to the fold, taking a deep breath in. We're going to add Uddiyana. So get full, soften your body to feel that fullness. Holding that breath in with ease. And then exhale out. Whooshing that through the mouth. Get completely empty and then pull belly back to spine. Uddiyana. Let the belly push forward and inhale to sit up. Let's do the other side. Extend out through the left leg and the sole of right foot to left inner thigh. Turning towards this side, folding over left leg. Again, engage. Kind of flex the calf muscles. You'll feel the feet get very alive. Toes will spread. And stay expansive with the breath in. Let the breath ease on out. Moving the breath toward the tight places. You know, we often try to address that by stretching it forcefully, by moving the muscles. That can actually make them just stay tighter. It's a better way to address it by just softening what you're doing in that area. Provide some support there, maybe by activating those feet, pushing down in the hips, and then taking a generous breath toward that area that wants your attention. Relaxing by breathing more. And then let's come into that more centered position. This is called turn signal prep. So bring your hands centered. Again, you might have your hands on blocks. Push your hips back. Relax the neck. That's a great place to send the breath. The collarbone area gets very, very tight, very congested. Breathe in and calm down whatever congestion is there. Like I said, this is more of a flow practice that we're going to do today. So getting that flow to happen it totally happens by breathing more, not less. Inhale to come up, and then again, either just reach up through the left arm or go ahead and come up onto that right shin, reach out through left leg. Coming into a big side bend. Pushing down through the right shin, reaching out to the left calf. One more deep breath in. And then release. Go ahead and lower the hips if you went for that lift. And once more, bring the feet back into Baddha Konasana. Let's do one more round of Uddiyana. Set yourself up in the fold as you breathe in and out. And then take another deep breath in. Activate the feet, push the heels together, hold that breath in when you're full. Exhale out. Keep the breath out, the belly back to spine. Let the neck elongate. And relax the belly. And inhale to sit up. Use your hands to help your knees back together. Let's come on to the back. So you might want to grab a block for this. And I also use a block because I like to get a little extra feedback between my feet when I do some of my abdominals. So you can choose to do that too. It's not necessary. It's just kind of what I do. You might use a block between your thighs. Like I said, you might not have this rolled up prop. I'm going to use my rolled up prop, but if you've got a block, that's fine. So we're going to start with some abdominals. So lay on the back. Have the feet, hip distance. You might choose to use a block between the feet. Prop on the pelvis, right on the pubic bone, between inner thighs. Interlace hands at the base of the skull, point elbows straight up. We're working abs with a prop. Take a deep breath in, keep shoulders down. Hold the breath and push low back down, curl tailbone up. Squeeze prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Maybe you push the feet. We're doing the first few with feet on the floor. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath. Squeeze the prop, push low back down. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, lay shoulders down. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze the prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. If you're going further, pick your feet up, knees bent 90 degrees, shoulders come back to floor. Feet can stay on the floor if you like. Take a deep breath in. You can keep your shoulders down too, right? Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down, squeeze the block. Now you can just do the leg stuff, right? You don't have to pick up the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath, give the prop a squeeze, pull low belly down. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, pull low belly down. Inhale, if you're going further, you can straighten the legs all the way up to the ceiling as you breathe in. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Let's do one more. Inhale, lay shoulders down. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Now here's where we're going to add some moves. So if you want to place your feet back on the floor, do that. I'll show you how it looks, and then we'll continue to progressively lengthen the legs to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Lift up in the shoulders and stay up for these in the shoulders if you can. We're adding the 3-part twisting. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, turn elbows left. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. You can lift and lower the shoulders if you like, if that's going to work for you. Take a deep breath in no matter what you're doing. Hold the breath. You can see there's time, right? Push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, turn elbows right. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Squeeze the prop, push low back down. Exhale, extend elbows straight forward and up. Let the head rest back, pull low belly down. Let's do that again. Inhale, come back to center or just relax a little in the shoulders. You're already centered. Hold the breath. Give the prop a squeeze, pull low belly down. Exhale, turn elbows right. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push low back down and squeeze the prop. Exhale, turn elbows right. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center, hold the breath, squeeze the prop, push low back down. Exhale, extend the elbows straight up and forward. Let the head rest back. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. If you want to go further, you're picking your knees, bend 90 degrees. Deep breath in. Hold the breath, push low back down and squeeze the prop. Exhale, turn elbows right. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, squeeze the prop, pull low belly down. Exhale, turn elbows right. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Squeeze the props, push low back down. Exhale, extend elbows straight up. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. If you're going further, your legs are reaching up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Give the prop a squeeze, push your low back down. Exhale, turn elbows left. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push low back down. Give the prop another squeeze. Exhale, turn elbows right. Low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold breath. Give the prop another squeeze. Push low back down. Exhale, extend elbows up toward the toes. With the ceiling. Give the prop another squeeze. Pull low belly down. Relax the head. Let's do one more. Stay with me or go to a lower level if you need to. Take a deep breath in. Stay with the breath, right? If your breath gets ragged, do something less to stay with it. Exhale, give the prop a squeeze, turn elbows left, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. I'm taking a big breath in to do these with you. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, turn elbows right, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Wow, we did all of these. Give the prop a squeeze, push low back to the floor. Exhale, reach elbows straight up, pull low belly down. Inhale, set feet down. Woo, arms down. Let's do bridge. So if you use the block between your feet, now's the time to let that go. Widen the feet out and let the arms come down to your sides, palms up. And right now, you might have been like, oh man, I did not breathe well during those abs. Take that breath in now. Just feel for that and commit to taking those deep breaths in and easeful breaths out no matter what you're doing. You know, you can renew that commitment anytime. And take that breath in now. Get active in the feet, push down in the heels and spread toes. Active calves, exhale, push up in the heels. By the way, you're leaving the prop between your thighs if I didn't say that out loud. Keep the neck long on the mat. Shoulders roll back. And take another deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze onto the prop. Feel for the sit bones lengthening into the backs of the thighs toward the knees. Once more, engage the calf. Never get tired of that because those calves kind of turn off. They get a little lazy. And when we do that, we kind of cut off our connection to our feet. So breathe in. See if that changes up how strong or how balanced you're able to work with both legs. As you exhale, one more deep breath in. Exhale to come out of the pose. Keep tucking and lengthening those sit bones down the backs of the legs. Stop and pause and redo that if you lose it as you come all the way down. Hang on to the prop. We're going to work into another abdominal sequence called gate opener. You can do it with legs on the floor, all right? Interlace hands at the base of the skull. It's a 4-part move. Take a deep breath in. I'll show you with feet on the floor. We'll again graduate it. Hold the breath. Push low back down. Squeeze prop. Exhale. Lift up in the shoulders. Squeeze the prop. Pull low belly down. Inhale, take right hand onto prop. Widen the legs by just rolling on the edges of the feet. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up into that prop, pull low belly down and push edges of feet. Inhale, bring legs close together on the prop, hands behind head, lay shoulders down. Hold the breath, squeeze the prop, push low back down. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, take left hand on prop, squeeze prop, pull low belly down. Inhale, widen the legs, just roll on the pinky edges of the feet. Curl the pubic bone up, feel the low back get flatter on the ground, pull low belly down. Inhale, close the legs on the prop, hands behind head, shoulders down. Maybe now you're picking up your feet. Hold the breath, squeeze prop, push low back down. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull the belly down. Inhale, take right hand on prop, widen through the legs, knees stay bent. Exhale, curl pubic bone up into the prop, pull the low belly down and push to the backs of the legs and the edges of both feet, no matter where your feet are in the air or not. Inhale, bring legs back together, hands behind head, shoulders down. Hold the breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders. Give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. Inhale, take left hand on prop, widen the legs out, keep the feet and calves active. Exhale, curl the pubic bone against that prop, pull the low belly down. Push from the buttocks, again, drive those sit bones down the backs of the legs. Inhale, bring legs back together, hands behind head, shoulders down. If you want to go further, straighten the legs up. Feet can stay on the floor, knees bent. Push low back down, squeeze prop wherever your legs are. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders. Take one hand on that prop, pull low belly down, squeeze prop. Inhale, widen the legs out to the sides. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up against the prop, pull the low belly down and reach those sit bones toward the heels. Inhale, bring legs back together, shoulders down, hands behind head, hold breath, push low back down, squeeze prop. Exhale, lift up in the shoulders, give the prop another squeeze, pull low belly down. You can place your left hand on that prop. Inhale, widen the legs out. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up against the prop. Push out through the legs, pull low belly down. Inhale, legs back together, feet down, head down. Woo! Lay your prop off to the side. If it's your blocks, you're going to make sure they stay nearby. Roll over to your side and take a deep breath in as you push up. Keep your head relaxed to the side that you were laying on, and then use that hand to pick up your head. Woo. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's come on to hands and knees for a cat-cow flu. Come on to hands and knees. Hands are under shoulders. Knees are just a little past the line of the hips. Not directly under. Just a little smidge back. Toes stay curled under as inhale. Lengthen up through from the tailbone through the throat. And then exhale, curl from the tailbone to the throat. Point the toes and push the toenails down. Inhale, curl the toes under again. Lengthen back to the tailbone more than you're trying to arc through the chest. That will come the more you lengthen the tailbone back. Push down to the pads of the toes. All right, and then exhale, turn to the tops of the toes. Start by curling the tailbone forward. The rest of the spine will come. Push those toenails down to enhance that. Inhale, curl the toes under. Find that toe pad press as you lengthen the tailbone back. And then exhale, once more, turn to the tops of the toenail side, rounding up to the low back. Really push down to the shins, down to the palms. And then inhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up, maybe push back to downward facing dog. Stay with cats and cows if that's not your move today. And just pause here, wherever you're at. Keep breathing for another 2 full rounds. Take a full breath in. Again, from that pelvic floor all the way through the throat. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back. Pull in on the belly. Find a little bit of that Uddiyana here. We're not going the full Uddiyana though, but feel for that move. And take that another breath in. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back. Wrap the shoulder blades forward into the chest and then push back to the calves and the heels. We're going to shift into plank. So let's hold it plank here. So inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Again, active calves, active heel reach. Breathing in and out. Find an equal push to the palms and the feet. If you find that you're pushing down more through one part or the other, try to equalize that. Again, calf engagement, heel reach for one more breath. Exhale. And then we're going to just shift back into down dog as we inhale. Let's go into a little bit of a flow. Exhale into plank. Inhale, push back to the calves to get into that dog. Keep pushing back to the calves as you come to plank. Inhale, down dog. Plank, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale, back into plank. And then come down to the knees or a full chaturanga to the floor. Coming into boat clasp. Point the toes, interlace hands behind the back. Maybe just keep the hands down to the side. You pick. Inhale. Curl the pubic bone into the floor, lengthen and reach back to the legs, and then lift the chest. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, lower down. Move hands back under shoulders, curl toes under, push back up. Downward facing dog. Let's do one more little flow move. Inhale, shift back into plank. Exhale, push to dog. Inhale into plank. Push back into dog. Exhale. Inhale, back into plank. Push back into dog. Exhale. Inhale into plank. And then exhale, lower back down to the floor. Put the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the pubic bone against the floor. Lengthen and lift legs behind you. Lengthen and lift chest. Boat series prep. And then, if you want to go further, extend and reach both arms forward. Exhale, curl the pubic bone into the floor. Inhale, widen the legs and draw the right arm back. Inhale, close the legs, reach both arms forward. Exhale, widen the legs, draw the left arm back. Inhale, reach both arms forward, close legs. Exhale, lengthen the right arm back, open the legs. Inhale, come back to center, both arms forward. Exhale, open the legs, bring the left arm back. Let's do one more. This is boat series stage 3, by the way. Inhale, reaching arms forward, close legs. Exhale, open the legs, bring the right arm back. Inhale, reach both arms forward, legs close. Exhale, reach the legs wide, left arm back. Inhale, come back to center, lower down. Woo, just maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. And then bring hands back under shoulders, curl toes under. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pick up, downward facing dog. Down onto your knees. Let's come into a dolphin. So bring the forearms to the floor. Grab upper arms to measure the distance. And then swivel the hands forward. Maybe you clasp the hands or separate the palms. Neck relaxed and long. Jaw relaxed. Take a deep breath in, curl toes under, and push through toes. Maybe exhale, straighten both legs. Dolphin can be done with the knees down as long as those toes are pushing down against the floor. Neck stays relaxed and the breath stays big. It's just a different version. Draw the shoulder heads back no matter where you are and hook the shoulder blades forward toward the chest, like squeezing them into the spine, and then feel them hook into the collarbones maybe. And then take one more breath in. Active calves, whether the knees are up or down. And if the legs are up, you can come down to the knees if you need to, or just widen your knees, or stay up in the pose and widen the feet out. Anchor down through the right forearm. We're going to come into a little bit of a balance here. Inhale, bring the left hand back toward the left calf. Maybe that doesn't work. Maybe you've got the left buttock. Yeah, neck relaxed. If you've got the calf down, again, activate your calves even if the hand is up at the buttock. Just turn that calf energy on as you take one more breath here, especially into that right collarbone. And then release. Bring the left forearm to the floor. Get stable in both arms, stable in both legs, and then release. Press down to the left arm and bring the right arm back to grab the calf or up at the thigh, anywhere but the knee. Turn on both calf muscles. Actually, there's a bunch of calf muscles in one leg, but the half muscles in both legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push back to the legs even more, and then release. Bring the right arm forward, walk your feet to center, and then lower the knees. And just come into a child's pose with the legs, the arms extended, knees bent. You need to widen your knees. Do that to get the shin bones to push against the floor. Breathing in. One more exhale, and then come back into that tabletop position, toes curled under. Inhale, lengthen that tailbone back, and then push up, downward facing dog. We're going to go into classic sun salutations from here. So inhale, step the the right foot forward. Bring the left knee down, point toes. Hands can stay low, be on blocks, or reach up. Bring hands down to the floor, curl back, toes under, step into a tabletop or a plank pose. Pause, breathe in. And then exhale, come down to the knees or a full chaturanga to the floor. Bring the hands forward to the corners of the mat, point toes straight back. Inhale, hook the pubic bone into the floor. As you reach those legs back, the upper back will lengthen and lift with ease. Rather than strain, exhale, it's the legs of the secret. Bring the hands back under shoulders, pick up, downward facing dog. Come up to the knees if you need to. Low lunge, inhale, step left foot forward, bring right knee to floor, point toes. The arms can stay low or you can reach. Exhale, bring hands down to the floor, step the back foot forward, fold over the legs. Neck relaxed. Inhale, reach the arms forward or keep the hands on the hips. To come up, hands to heart, exhale. We're going to add in a B series. If these B series don't work, just go back to the lunges that we're going to be doing. We'll catch you up. Inhale, reach arms up, sit back into chair. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to the shins or the thighs or keep hands on the floor. Exhale, fold, step or hop back to your plank pose. Lower down to the knees or a full chaturanga. Hands stay under shoulders for cobra. Curl the pubic bone against the floor and reach back to the legs as you lengthen and lift chest. Lower down, exhale, downward facing dog. Feet of warrior one, inhale, step left foot forward, pivot right heel down, push through that back heel, that back half heel. Combo, reach arms up, hands come down to the floor, step back, plank pose. Again, push to the backs, reach calves and heels as you lower down to the floor, regardless of whether you come down on the knees. Hands stay under shoulders, cobra, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Push back, downward facing dog. Or come up to your table to dog. Warrior one, inhale, step right foot forward, push the back heel against the floor as you come up. Hands to the floor, exhale, step back foot forward, come into plank. Step front foot back for plank, and then come down through the knees or chaturanga to the floor. Cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, lower, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, step, jump, hop your feet forward, come into a halfway lift, hands on shins, knees, thighs, or floor. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale to come all the way up, sit into that chair, and then exhale to straighten back up, hands to heart. Coming back to a classic sun. Some of you are still doing those, right? This is where we catch up with you. Inhale, reach arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, lunge, step the right leg back, knee down, point toes. Arms can come up or they stay low. Hands come down to the floor, step back, plank position or table. Come down to the knees or a full chaturanga. Low cobra, move hands forward to the corners of the mat, curling the pubic bone as you lengthen the legs back, chest lifts. Exhale, lower down, move hands back under shoulders. Up through the knees or a full chaturanga. Just come on up to downward facing dog. Lunge, inhale, step the right foot forward, bring left knee down, reach arms up. Hands come down. Exhale. Step back, foot forward, fold over legs. Inhale to come up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Let's do another B series. Inhale, reach arms up, sit into chair. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, step or hop back to your plank. And lower down. Cobra, hands under shoulders. Inhale, anchor the pelvis before lifting. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Feet of warrior one. Inhale, step right foot forward, pivot back heel down, and push through that back heel to come up. Hands to the floor. Exhale. Step back, plank position. Lower down. Inhale. Reach back through the legs. Lengthen and lift chest. Cobra. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Feet of warrior one. Left foot forward. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Hands down. Step back. Lower to floor. Point toes. Cobra pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step or hop feet forward. Come into your halfway lift. Hands are on floor, shins or knees. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale to come up. Sit into the chair. Come into the bottom of that inhale, and then exhale to stand all the way up. Hands to heart. Exhale. All right, we're going to come into a B series. We're going to get a little more flowy. I'm going to move my sequence notes so I don't get lost. Take a drink if you need to. Inhale. When you're ready, reach up, sit into hips, forward fold over the legs, straightening legs. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Step or hop back to your plank. Lower to the floor. Hands under shoulders. Curl pubic bone into floor and inhale, lengthen and lift up. Exhale, lower down. Downward facing dog. All right, inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. I'm going to turn around so I can face you. Coming into eagle arms. So now I'm not going to be mirror imaging, right? I'm saying left foot forward, follow the cue, verbal cue. Reach arms out, and then bring the left arm over the right. Active hands, lift the elbows up. Breathe through the upper back. Collarbones wide. Exhale, active calves. Pull in on that belly a little bit so you can feel that belly to heel connection. And on the next breath or two, let's inhale. Push down to the calves and the heels strongly as you lift up in the arms. Find that extension and then exhale, curl in on the body a little bit. Inhale, extend up. And instead of just lifting the arms, feel for how the torso is helping the arms lift. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, push down into the legs to help the spine extend. Arms up. And then exhale, curl in. Extended warrior. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind the arms. This might be a place for the block. Take the block inside the front foot and reach the right arm up. And instead of just dumping the weight into the left hand and arm, use the push of the calves and the heels to help the arm stay up and the arm to reach. And if you've got any stickiness in that left shoulder, soften it and send your breath there. One more breath in. And out. And then release. Take the right hand down to the floor, pivot up on the back heel, and then step back into a plank position. Lower the left forearm down and then turn. Now this might be a place where you place your left foot on the floor. If you're not doing that, you're on the blade of the left foot as you reach. Woo! Need to be on my sticky mat more. Reach the right arm up. Relax the neck. Again, reach to the legs like crazy. That'll help you get that lift and that opening in the side body. You take another breath. And then release. Both hands down. Push back. Downward facing dog. Now I'm spinning around and doing stuff on my mat. You don't need to do that until I tell you. There will be a time for that. This is not it. We're going to step the right foot forward, do that all on the right side. So inhale, step the right foot forward, feet of warrior two. The only reason I'm spinning around is so I can be facing you. So let's do all that on the other side. Inhale, reach the arms out, and then exhale, bring the right arm over the left. Let's find those eagle arms. Now this might be more comfortable for you to do just by grabbing shoulders. Try that if coming to this single or the double wrap doesn't work. And again, if you have any questions on anything that we're doing, do not hesitate to email me. Breathe in deeply. Activate those calf muscles. And as you push down in the heels, those calf muscles are strong and working. You can lengthen up in the spine and the arms will lift. And then exhale, as you push down to the legs, you're going to be able to curl in without feeling weird or unstable. And then inhale, lengthen and lift up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen and lift up. By pushing the legs down, that gives you the ability to do that. And then exhale, curl in. And then release the arms. Grab onto a block. Maybe place it on its high side. Under right hand, reach left arm up. Ooh. If having the arm up is not good, you can keep the arm at your side. Relax in the neck. The more you use the legs, those calf muscles, I'm really obsessed on that today, and I want you to be too. The more you do that there, the more ease in the upper body. Who doesn't want that, right? One more breath. And then release. Now you notice my left arm is staying more up to the ceiling here. That's my body mechanics right now. You might be able to get an extension over the ear. Do not be afraid to go there if that's best for you. Got to practice where you're at, right? Staying here. Step back into plank as you inhale. Both hands are on the floor first. And then come down to the right forearm. Pivot, so now you're on the blade of the right foot, and then reach the left arm up. Again, you might be down on that right knee, doing a similar pose to what we did earlier in the practice. You get too talky, I get out of breath. So inhale. Now that happened to you too. Exhale. A little wiggly on this side. Inhale. Bring both hands down to the floor. You might bring both knees down. It's a good place to come to that, because we're going to come back to the mat, to the back of the mat. So here we are. We're going to walk our hands back to come into a squat position. Again, if that doesn't work for you, good choices are to take a block or two, place it underneath the hip. If now your hips are a little more prepared for this, you can do that. Place it underneath the buttocks. And we're going to come into a twist. So inhale, place the right arm down, elbow inside the knee, and turn, reaching the left arm up. If that doesn't work, just turn the ribs. The arms can stay down and not involved here. Relax the jaw, the mouth, and again, the more you activate the calves and the heels, the wider you can breathe through the ribs and the collarbones. Stay relaxed in the neck. And then release, take the left hand to the floor and come to the other side. Now I kept my arms down. That was actually feeling good for me. I'm going to reach the arms up, but right now it feels like where I'm going to get the best breath is if I don't do stuff with my arms. So feel what that means for you. and then release. Inhale to straighten up through the legs. Now, are we going to go to, let's see. Oh, we're just going to step forward. So go ahead and step forward. Let's step the left foot forward into Feet of Warrior One. Let's do the Archer series. So push through that right back calf and heel to come up. And inhale, reach the arms up. Now here's where you might just grab opposite elbows and make a box around the head and take the hands around the elbows and kind of lift the elbows toward the ceiling. If you want to go further, you're bending left arm, hand comes behind the head and neck. Bring the right arm maybe to the back of the low back and being there, or maybe you're able to grab both arms for an archer. You know, find that position that allows you to have the benefit of the full breath in and out. And those of you who you guys have heard me say a million times how much I love to have my hands around the back, because again, that gives me a little more awareness of how much I'm breathing or not in the back of the body. Let's come into pyramid, straighten the front leg, and then lengthen the torso so now you're parallel with the floor. Maintaining the archer arms. Maybe you need to come to those other, one or those other choices. Maybe the arms are just crossed on the low back. And find the breathable way for you to be here for one more breath. Full breath in. And strengthen your calf action. And then release the arms. Stay in your legs. You're pretty much there for twisting triangle. Take a block on the inside of the front foot. Right hand on block, reach left arm forward. That's a great place to start. Re-engage the back calf and heel, breathing in. And then as you exhale, begin to turn the ribs. You know, turn at the ribs. If you start to lose the engagement of that right calf, just keep insisting on that. And maybe not twist so much, but keep your pose within what's actually the real range of motion. We talked about this earlier. When you're in the appropriate range of motion where you're not forcing it through muscular action, you can start to open up the pose with just your breath. Who wants to do all that work? We need to just breathe. One more breath in. And out. Release. All right, step back into that plank position. And once more, let's come down to the left forearm, and here's that side plank again. So reach up, and this time maybe you lift the right leg up. So feel for lifting up from the buttock, pushing the blade of the left foot against the floor. One more breath. Reach to that right leg too, because if you're not reaching, it's really hard. And then exhale. Bring both hands down. I mean, it's hard enough, but again, we can make it easier by engaging all parts of us. All right, step right foot forward, Feet of Warrior One. Inhale, push the back heel down, reach arms up again. So maybe find that box shape, pulling up on the elbows, or maybe bending the right elbow, bringing it behind the head. Left arm comes behind, maybe to the low back. Maybe you're just grabbing onto some clothes with the right hand, or maybe you've got you've got that range that you can go ahead and get full archer with the finger grabs, finger clasp. Full breath in and out. Don't be shy with your breath. Don't be stingy with your breath. We're constantly breathing out. Like I said, I was getting too talky. I wasn't doing enough breath for myself. We do that, right? And then things get a little weird. Communication gets a little jacked up. So breathe for yourself fully before you do something physically, either with yourself or for somebody else. Straighten the front leg, come into pyramid. Exhale, fold over. So that's what this full moon is about, right? And in truth, this is the full moons that are coming into play now are setting us up for the next 18 months. We're going to be examining where those healthy boundaries are, how we are in relationship. Feel through this for yourself. This is a good practice to come back to from time to time. Take one more breath. Exhale. And then release the hands. Let's come into the twisting triangle. Walk inside the front foot, maybe on its high side. Reach right arm forward. The relationship with our own body is absolutely the place to start. If we're not in good relationship and we're overextending and just like throwing ourselves around, not paying attention to how we are, guess what? We're doing that everywhere else. So those breaths in and out are just as important here. We learn that to do that right here in our yoga practice. Using all parts of us to be in relationship with ourselves. Inhale. Exhale. And then unwind. Bring hands to the floor. Step back to that plank position. And this time come down to the right forearm. Spin, so now you're on the blade of the right foot, reaching the left arm up. Now, it was a little wiggly before, but here, I'm able to get that left leg up, but really got to reach my right leg a little bit more to stabilize. And stay with my breath. And then exhale, left leg comes down, move hands to the floor, push back, downward facing dog. Walk hands back to the floor. All right, back to the toes. I know we're coming into another squat. Oh, indeed. Okay, so here we are. So yeah, come back into the squat. Again, maybe using a couple of blocks to sit down, or maybe you're staying in a chair. That's another choice. This time, either coming into that twist or coming into a bind. So slide the right arm through the legs, and actually it's around the shin, and wrap the left arm behind to get that bind. If that's not possible for you, just take your hand, bring your hand, the left arm on the back, and grab the opposite waistband. So you're going to grab the waistband on the right side, and just push the right hand against the floor. Sink in the hips. Turn on the calves, turn on the heel push, take another breath in, and out, and then gently release the hands, turn forward, and let's set it up on the other side. So if you're going to work the bind, you're going to wrap the left arm in front of the left shin and bring the right hand behind to grab on. If that's not possible, see, you're just going to hook the right hand into your clothes on your back, or maybe on that left hip. Neck relaxed. Deep breath in. And then release. Inhale. All right, here's where it gets a little fun. Straighten up in the legs. Turn the toes forward. And we're going to come into a fun little balance here. So inhale. Come up as best you can into a tree pose. Maybe you're able to grab the left leg and maybe you're used to balance on the toes. Heel comes to the inside of the cat. Maybe you're able to stand all the way up. If your tree is such that you've got to keep your foot on the floor, do that. Remember, do what's best to keep steady in your breath. I'd like to see if you can reach your arms up though and fold all, come into a clasp, come into a fist, and then point the index fingers up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. See if that calf action, the calf engagement, serves you in this balance for one more breath. And then we're going to come into warrior three. So draw the left knee forward. That might be your move. Or maybe you can release and start to kick and reach. You've got to reach that leg strongly back. To hinge forward into the warrior three. Push down in the right calf, right heel. Strengthen it for one more breath. And then release. Now bring that left knee. Woo! I'm wiggly today. Bring that left, so you gotta touch your toe down if you might need to. And then step the left foot forward. Now coming into warrior one with the back heel up, toes curled under. Woo. One more breath. Curl the back toes under. Reach with that right heel. See how that just straightened me out? And then reach the hands forward. Let's come into an easy twist. Bring right hand to floor. Reach the left hand up. The right hand might be on a block. Ooh-wee. Keep reaching through that right heel. I'm starting to sickle my back foot a little bit. Don't do that. Straighten it up. Turn your gaze back to those toes to pay a little closer attention. What might be going on there? And then release. Bring the hands to the floor. All right. Once more, step back into down dog. Walk your hands back. And let's do all of that on the other side. We're going to start with the tree pose. So find your way into tree. Maybe you can grab the right foot and bring that leg all the way up to the inner thigh. Maybe you've got to make some stops up the leg. Just don't be on anywhere on the knee joint. Make your fist and then point the index fingers up to the ceiling. Calf activity. What's the action in your calves as you breathe in and out? And then shift the right knee forward. Let's kick back into that warrior three position. You gotta really engage the belly. Find that Uddiyana feeling. Lengthen and reach through that back thigh bone. That buttock is active. One more breath. Calf is active, and then inhale, bring that right leg forward. And then step forward into that warrior one, back toes curled under, back heel up. Breath is strong. And then come to the twist. Bring left hand down, reach around up. Neck is relaxed because the legs are doing such strong, good work. Renew that effort. Renew your awareness of the need for that effort. That connection to the ground. That connection to your breath. And release. Inhale and wide step up. Right foot back, downward facing dog. All right, let's work into some pigeons. Inhale. Come down to the knees, and then you might want a blanket for this next sequence, so make sure that's nearby. And then bring the left leg forward. You might even put a blanket underneath your left hip. Come into a pigeon fold. So just lay down, maybe on the forearms. We get a little checked out in pigeon. Let's not do that. Activate the right calf, push the toenails of right foot against the floor to help engage that leg. And come down only to the forearms so you don't get completely, go into sleeping swan, which is more of that yin kind of energy. Breathe and open up the upper back right between the shoulder blades. But use the breath to do that, not your muscular action. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back so you can feel that place and take one more breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, walk the hands back. And again, just take your hand to your back leg and let's come into a classic twist. If you need to extend the bottom leg long for this, do that or work with the foot inside the leg. Otherwise, both knees are bent and the right foot is outside the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen up through the left arm, no matter where you're at. And then exhale, once more, hug onto the knee. Maybe your hug is here. My left shoulder is a little weird today, so it's not weird, just doing what it's doing. But going into that bigger bind doesn't feel good in this position. It just feels like force. So like I said earlier, that's a good place for your breath to go. Anywhere you're feeling that in your own body. Use your breath to soften and release that area rather than manipulate it to that place. And take one more breath. And then exhale. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but go ahead and lower that right knee down and then reach both arms out. Let's come into eagle arms. Exhale, bring the right elbow on top of the left, maybe just hugging those shoulders, letting the head bow forward. Maybe you're in a single or a double wrap and then forward fold. Maybe you've got blocks in front of you. You can use blocks to prop up, to find your knees, or just come into the fold. Right arms on top of left. Pushing the hips back. That's one little bit of, it's not really forcing, but just be very conscious of making sure those hips are grounded on whatever you're sitting on. Hopefully, it might be a little blanket for extra support. And then release. Unwind. Inhale to sit up. And let's do the other side. You can come through a down dog or not. I'm going to do not. I'm going to shift my blanket over for pigeon. Lengthening the right leg back. Both legs are active. Come down to forearms or blocks. You can get down to blocks. Stay relaxed and long in the neck. Strengthening the sensation of the breath between the shoulder blades. Coming into the classic twist. Inhale. Use your hands to push down against the floor. To come up. Bring that left leg forward. And sitting up on my blanket, my blankie. You can either extend that right leg and just bring the left foot to the inner thigh, or cross it over, or both knees can be bent. Inhale, reach up in the right arm. And exhale, bring that right arm forward. Relax, pushing down. She loves to do yoga. She's going to do Savasana. Inhale. I'm looking at my polychrome Jasper heart. Heart full of love. This is a good heart opening practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. Little flow. One more breath. And then lower the right knee down. Again, that bottom leg can be extended. Inhale, reach arms wide. And then exhale, cross the left arm on top. To the shoulder wrap, single or double. Forward. Your buttocks are lifting off. And reconnect them down into the surface they're on, either that blanket or the floor. And then release the arms and then slide them apart. And as Zoe is doing, I think it's time for some Savasana. So get yourself set up well. You might take your blocks or a prop of some sort. I'm going to set a timer for us. If you need to go, do that, but I highly recommend you do not, that you do your Savasana. And I'm going to give us time to do that. Let's start my timer. Lay myself down. It's a little warm where I am, so I'm not going to use a blanket, but if it's cooler where you are in the world, do that. So come down with your thighs propped up maybe. I also like to put a block underneath my head, or another, you can roll up a blanket. And then bring the arms out to the sides, a little waist from the body. Any adjustments to retuck the tailbone or roll the shoulders back. Just let your body relax and receive the new flow of energy that you just created. Appreciate the time that you took. So it's time to really receive that. If you can't do that for 5 minutes, that's a good question to ask yourself. Why that's true, why you think that's true. And just listen for the answer. This isn't a judgment, it's just a question, you know. Coming from, you know, a person who doesn't receive very well herself. Who's learning just like you. Timer. So if you've got your legs propped up, you might want to bend your knees to help neutralize the spine a little more. You should be on the prop. And then roll away over to one side. Again, pause there. Once, like we did earlier, push your palms against the floor. Keep your head hanging to the side that you're pushing. And then use your hand to take that side of the head to literally pick the head up and put your head back up on the center. The hands to heart center. And gratitude for your practice. And gratitude for wherever you are now. And I'm grateful to be able to share this with you. Namaste. If you have any questions, like I said, the email will be in the description. Do not hesitate to let me know. Give me any feedback that you need to, and make some requests for sequences you'd like to see or stuff you want to do. Again, I thank you so much. Have a great day.